Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to a journey, not across oceans or mountains, but across the most difficult and important terrain you will ever face, the landscape of your own soul. Everyone dreams of greatness, everyone desires success, peace and fulfillment, but few realize where that journey truly begins. It doesn't start in the outside world, it doesn't start when circumstances are perfect or when life hands you a golden opportunity. No, the journey to mastery, the journey to the life you are meant to live begins within. Before you can lead others, you must first lead yourself. Before you can win in the world, you must first win in your own mind, your own heart and your own spirit. Self-mastery is not a luxury reserved for the few. It is a necessity for anyone who desires to live with purpose, power and peace. The battle is not out there. The real battle, the first battle, is inside you. It is the silent war that happens when you know what you should do, but every part of you resists doing it. It is the conflict between your higher self and your lower impulses. It is the daily war between discipline and distraction, between action and apathy, between courage and fear. Many people lose this battle without even realizing it. They blame the world, they blame their circumstance, they blame everyone and everything except the only thing they actually have control over, themselves. But those who win this battle, those rare individuals who conquer themselves, they unlock a life that most only dream of. A life where they are no longer prisoners to their moods, their fears or their past mistakes. A life where they become the architects of their own destiny. Ladies and gentlemen, self-mastery is not about being perfect. It's about being powerful in your imperfection. It's about learning to rise every time you fall. It's about refusing to be ruled by emotions, distractions and excuses. It's about taking full ownership of your life, no matter how unfair, how painful or how difficult the road may be. It is the greatest and hardest work you will ever do. But it is also the most rewarding. Because once you master yourself, no setback can defeat you. No betrayal can break you. No fear can control you. You become unstoppable, not because life gets easier, but because you get stronger. Today, we begin that journey together. We will explore the 4 pillars of self-mastery. First, conquering yourself. Second, mastering your mind. Third, mastering your emotions. And fourth, building the discipline that turns dreams into destiny. Each step will challenge you. Each step will demand honesty, courage and perseverance. But each step will also bring you closer to a life of true freedom. The kind of freedom that no one can give you and no one can take away. So I ask you, are you ready to fight for the life you were meant to live? Yeah. Are you ready to win the greatest battle of all, the battle within? If so, let's begin. The first battle, conquering yourself. Everyone dreams of mastering life. Everyone wants success, peace and power. But most people never realize the first and greatest battle they must win is the battle within themselves. Self-mastery doesn't begin with controlling the world. It begins with controlling you, your mind, your heart, your reactions, your weaknesses. You will never conquer the world if you cannot first conquer yourself. Think about it. How often have you known what you needed to do, but still didn't do it? How many times have you made promises to yourself that you later broke? How often have you let fear, doubt, laziness or anger dictate your actions? That is the walk inside. The truth is brutal. You are not your thoughts. You are not your fears. You are not your cravings or your emotions. You are the one who has the power to choose which thoughts you will entertain, which fears you will face, and which path you will walk, no matter how hard it gets. The first step on the path to self-mastery is brutal honesty. You must be willing to face yourself without excuses, without justifications, without blaming the world, because you cannot change what you refuse to confront. You cannot rise above what you keep hiding from. Self-mastery begins the moment you say, I'm responsible for me, no one else, not my past, not my circumstances, not my parents, not society, me. When you realize this, a fire ignites inside you. You stop looking outward for saviors. You stop waiting for the perfect time. You stop being a victim of life and you start becoming the master of your fate. It won't be easy. You will fall, you will fail, you will face days when you want to quit. But remember, falling is not failing. Quitting is failing. Self-mastery is earned through endurance, through falling and rising again and again, stronger each time. Ask yourself daily, am I leading myself today or am I being led by my emotions? Those are very important decisions. Am I making decisions that build my future or choices that betray it? Am I acting from a place of strength or weakness? Most people are prisoners to their moods. They act differently, depending on how they feel that day. But the one who masters himself acts from principle, not feeling. When you master yourself, you no longer need perfect circumstances. You no longer seek external motivation. You're driven by an inner force, a fire that cannot be extinguished by failure, rejection, or fear. The way to self-mastery is paved with small victories over yourself. Saying no when temptation calls. Showing up when comfort says stay down. Speaking truth when fear tells you to stay silent. Each time you win these private battles, you build something priceless. Self-respect, self-trust, self-power. And once you trust yourself, truly trust yourself, there's nothing and no one that can break you. This is where the journey begins. Not by conquering the world, but by conquering yourself, mastering your mind, the silent architect of your life. If you want to master yourself, you must master your mind, because your mind is the silent architect of your life. Every victory, every failure, every dream achieved or lost, it all starts from a thought. Your thoughts shape your beliefs shape your actions, and your actions carve out your destiny. You cannot live a victorious life with a defeated mind. Understand this clearly. Your mind is not always your friend. If left unchecked, it will play tricks on you. It will whisper doubts, magnify fears, invent limitations that are not even real. Most people are enslaved by their minds. They believe every negative thought. They are lured by every fleeting emotion. They allow anxiety, insecurity, and fear to sit in the driver's seat of their lives. But you are called to something higher. You are called to take back the keys. Yeah, you are called to discipline your mind, to train it, to command it, to serve you, not sabotage you. The mind is like a wild horse, powerful but dangerous if left untamed. Self-mastery demands that you become the rider, not the passenger. So how do you master your mind? First, you must become aware of it. You cannot change what you do not notice. You must listen carefully to the silent conversations happening inside you every day. What are you saying to yourself when you wake up? What do you believe about your future when you face a setback? What story are you telling yourself when things don't go your way? Yeah, if the voice in your head is filled with fear, self-pity, or blame, you must confront it and replace it. Because you will never rise higher than the thoughts you allow to dominate your mind. Next, you must practice intentional thinking. Every day, feed your mind with strength. Big affirmations of who you are becoming. Visualize yourself winning your battles. Meditate on the kind of discipline, courage, and wisdom you want to embody. Now, the world will constantly pour negativity into your mind if you let it. You must be relentless in guarding your mental gates. Protect your mind like a sacred temple. Be mindful of what you read, what you watch, who you listen to. You cannot feast on poison and expect to stay strong. Mastering your mind also means learning how to command your focus. Whatever you focus on grows. But focus on fear, and fear multiplies. Focus on opportunity, and opportunities appear. Get your mind to focus on what you can control, not what you can't. Focus on your goals, not your obstacles. But focus on solutions, not problems. And then, if the mind, once disciplined, becomes the greatest ally you will ever have. It becomes a source of strength in weakness, clarity in confusion, and courage in fear. But the undisciplined mind, it will be your downfall. Self-mastery requires mental mastery, and mental mastery requires daily, intentional work. The battle for your life is fought first in the battlefield of your mind. Win that battle, and you win everything. Mastering your emotions, becoming the eye of the storm. To master yourself, you must master your emotions. Because emotions, when left unchecked, can sabotage even the strongest minds. And understand this. Your emotions are powerful, but they are not facts. They are not commands. They are messengers. They are signals, not instructions. Too many people are ruled by how they feel in the moment. They quit because they feel tired. They lash out because they feel angry. They give up because they feel afraid. But if you want self-mastery, you cannot be a slave to every passing emotion. You must learn to be the eye of the storm. Calm, steady, and unmovable no matter what chaos swirls around you. Mastering your emotions does not mean ignoring them or pretending they don't exist. No, it means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing your response with wisdom, not impulse. You are allowed to feel anger, but you must not let anger make your decisions. You are allowed to feel fear, but you must not let fear dictate your actions. You are allowed to feel sadness, but you must not let sadness paralyze your progress. Self-mastery demands emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize your feelings without becoming your feelings. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What is this emotion trying to teach me? How can I respond in a way that aligns with my highest self? When you take a pause between feeling and action, you reclaim your power. The undisciplined the disciplined respond. Imagine a great warrior. Does he panic when arrows fly past him? Does he crumble when he faces adversity? No, he remains composed, calculating his next move with a clear mind and a steady heart. You must become that warrior in your own life. There will be storms. There will be disappointments. There will be betrayals, failures, moments that shake you to your core. But the one who masters himself does not crumble. He stands firm because he understands emotions are like weather. They pass. They are temporary, but your purpose is permanent. Train yourself to feel without being overwhelmed. Train yourself to observe without being consumed. One powerful way to master your emotions is through breathing and stillness. When emotions rise like a flood, breathe deep. Anchor yourself in the present moment. Remind yourself, I am in control. I choose my response. Another key is to separate emotion from action. If you're angry, take a walk before you speak. If you're afraid, write down your fears before you decide. Give yourself space to act from your highest self, not your most wounded self. Master your emotions and you master your life. Because those who cannot control themselves will forever be controlled by the world around them. Self-mastery is not about becoming emotionless. It is about becoming emotionally powerful. You feel deeply, but you stand even stronger, building the supplement, the foundation of true freedom. Discipline, that but alone separates the dreamers from the achievers, the wishers from the warriors, the lost from the leaders. You must understand, discipline is not a punishment. It is not something that restricts you. Discipline is the ultimate freedom. When you master discipline, you no longer live at the mercy of moods, distractions, or temptations. You live by choice, not by chance. You do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Because true mastery is not about feeling motivated all the time. Motivation fades, inspiration drifts away, but the disappear stays. Discipline is the ability to stay loyal to your purpose long after the mood you made the commitment in has left you. It's getting up when you're tired. It's showing up when it's inconvenient. It's pushing forward when quitting would be easier. And here's the truth. Every time you honor your discipline, you strengthen your self-respect. You build trust with yourself. Imagine if every promise you made to yourself you kept. Imagine if every goal you set, you chased relentlessly. Imagine if every time you faced resistance, you moved through it without hesitation. That's the power of discipline. It is the muscle that turns dreams into reality. Self-mastery is possible without discipline. You can have vision, you can have passion, you can have intelligence, but without discipline you will crumble at the first sign of hardship. Because life will test you. Life will challenge your patience, your willpower, your focus. It will ask you, how bad do you want it? And if your antis is not backed by discipline, it will all fall apart. But when you are disciplined, life cannot shake you. You become unstoppable. You do the hard things. You endure the uncomfortable seasons. You delay the instant pleasures for the greater reward. You understand that success is not built in bursts of excitement. It is built in the quiet, daily grind of doing the work. When no one is watching, when no one is cheering, when it's just you and the silent test of your own willpower. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are one step closer to mastery. Discipline is a habit, a practice, a daily decision. Start small. Make one promise to yourself today and keep it. Then make another tomorrow. Stack those victories until self-discipline becomes your nature. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what you say you want. It's about what you're willing to work for consistently, relentlessly, day after day. Self-mastery belongs to those who are willing to do what most people won't. Build the discipline. Own your choices. Create your destiny. The way to self-mastery is paved with the bricks of daily discipline. And once you walk that path, you will never be the same. Ladies and gentlemen, you've now seen it. The battle of self-mastery is not won overnight. It is a lifetime commitment. A daily decision, a moment-by-moment choice to rise above weakness, fear and distraction, and step into the strength, wisdom and discipline you were born to embody. Self-mastery is the foundation for everything you want in life. Success, fulfillment, peace, impact. They are not random gifts given to a lucky few. They are earned by those who have paid the price, who have fought the war within and refused to surrender. It begins with conquering yourself, refusing to be a victim of your impulses, distractions, or circumstances. It demands the constant discipline to master your mind, to think with intention, to focus on what matters, and to silence the lies that fear and doubt whisper. It requires mastering your emotions, learning to feel deeply, but not allowing emotions to dictate the course of your destiny. Understand this? Yeah? You will not always feel strong. You will not always feel confident. There will be moments when the old fears creep back in, when the temptation to quit feels overwhelming. But if you have laid the foundation, if you have built the habits of self-mastery, you will rise above those moments. You will choose action over apathy, purpose over comfort, courage over fear, again and again. And every time you do, you will become stronger. Every small victory will compound. Every disciplined choice will build momentum. Every act of self-leadership will carve out a future that once seemed impossible. No one will fight this battle for you. No one can live your purpose, fulfill your calling, or reach your potential, and no one can take it from you. Once you have claimed it, the greatest enemy you ever face is not out there, not in your circumstances, your competitors, or your critics. The greatest enemy is the part of you that doubts, fears, hesitates, and settles. And the greatest victory you will ever achieve is not over others, but over that part of yourself. True freedom is not found in escaping hard work or avoiding pain. True freedom is found in the power to rise above it, to command your mind, to discipline your emotions, to lead yourself with unwavering strength. Today, you are standing at the edge of a new beginning. The road ahead will not be easy, but it will be worth it. It will shape you into someone you can be proud of, someone powerful, someone unstoppable, someone who, no matter what life throws your way, refuses to break. So make the decision now, the decision that changes everything. Choose self-mastery. Choose to Lead yourself first. Choose the battle within and win it. Any lights. Because once you conquer yourself, there's nothing and no one that can ever conquer you. The greatest victory is you.